YouTube's happening. It is Thursday, November 6th, and we are finally going to dip our toes into the world of college basketball. You know, I did college basketball every day last year. I just been waiting a few days till I can get a little bit of data into spreadsheets because, you know, we use our spreadsheets for everything. We're database. We're stat watchers around here. That's what we do around here. So we have a bunch of games today. Now, the way my spreadsheets are formulated this year is I don't count any of these D2 teams. We ain't putting none of that nonsense in our spreadsheets. No, we only count the games where it's D1 v D1. That's all we care about. With that being said, there's a bunch of games today. Only 25 of them are D1 v D1. So we're only going to look at those 25 games. Cool. You got it. Great. Let's move on. So enough of that. We're going to look at our, the lines, the spreadsheets. We're going to see if we can find some value. Maybe there's a few plays. Hell, there might be no plays today. I don't know. It's the first day we're doing this. We have one game worth of stats. That's all we have. So we're going to be very, very cautious about this. Very small plays, just enough so we can get in the game and say, hey, we did it. We're here. Hey, so cool. Buckle in. 25 games we're going to roll through. Let's get to the first one right now. All right, so we're going to roll through these very quick. There's 25 of them we can go through. This one here doesn't even have a line. I don't know why. Weird. But yeah, this first game, there's 25 of them. We're going to be very cautious and very chill. We're not going to go too crazy with this. This is the first day. Pump the brakes a little bit, okay? Don't go wild. Don't be putting your whole bankroll on these games just because, oh, it's back. Don't do that. Be smart. Sometimes the best play is no play. Remember that. So this game you can see is absolute garbage. There's not even a line for it. That tells you everything you need to know. Let's move on. I'll show you every spread. There's every sheet. There's 25 of them. So then you have something like this. Jacksonville State versus Louisville. You can see Louisville played somebody. They beat them by 60. The Jacksonville State lost by 60. The spread currently is Louisville by 37.5. Guess what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that because this feels like it's going to be a 37 point. They might be 37 at halftime. So give me Louisville 37. Let's roll on. Next is West Virginia. I've already kind of peeked at most of these, so I kind of know what I'm doing with some of these. West Virginia Campbell. West Virginia is what are they, a 16.5 point favorite? I think I'm going to take this. I want a few plays. I don't want nothing crazy. I want something because I'm gonna attempt to watch some of these if I can find them. ESPN Plus, I mean, it tends to do very well for college basketball. We'll see, but I'm gonna take West Virginia 16.5, mainly because their defense. They won their game by 16. They lost their game by 30. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of a flyer on that one. Sure. Let's go to Boston College Citadel. No, but if you just squint, you can kind of see who did better in their game. Citadel did better. Boston College played FAU, I believe it was. So we're not going to mess with that. Citadel plays some D2 school. Can't really help that at all. So Ohio, Illinois has to play the game. I don't want to take no teams who have played. I want both teams have played. I need to know if Illinois State's good or not because this spread is 1.5. Nah, I'm good on that one, fam. You can have that. So moving. Quinnipiac, Central Connecticut. You would think it'd be this. You were like, oh, wow, based on the sheet, you should take Central Connecticut. Should you? Should you do that? Well, just so you know, Central Connecticut played a team called VTSU Johnson. Yeah, that's the school. They won by that score right there. And Quinnipiac played, I don't know, the number 5 team in the country, St. John's. Sometimes you got to see who they played before you just assume things. So, yeah, no thanks. I'm good on that one. I'm good, guys. Thanks. Full stuff. Can't have any more. Xavier, Lemoyne. I wavered. I waffled a little bit. I thought about taking Xavier, but then I came down and I saw the spread and I was like, 24.5. I left it alone. We passed on it. We moved on. Where are we going from here? This would be Miami and Bethune. Remember, Bethune almost beat Auburn. Just saying. I don't think it's because Auburn's bad because they're ranked. Bethune just might be good, especially when you shoot 54% from 3. God, crazy. And they can shoot great from 2. So I have a feeling they're going to keep shooting. They are going to do well. I like the pace, the tempo. The over-under is 156.5. I'm taking that. I'm taking the over in this game. I have a feeling if they can hang with Auburn, they can hang with Miami. So let's take that. Let's move on. Oh, they might be, when it comes to March, that might be a fun team to keep an eye on. I know it's been one game, but still, I'm gonna overreact a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. So from there, we're going to start from the bottom with Drake and Robert Morris, and I don't want nothing to do with this one. Absolutely not. Sorry, I just can't. A lot of these small schools, no, I just can't do it. Florida, North Florida. North Florida didn't play the game. Can't mess with that one. So we move on. Iowa State, Grambling. It's close to gambling. I don't trust it. Never. Everything's too much green. Can't mess with it. I didn't like that one. Now, this is one I liked. Auburn, who just they're in the media. Everybody talked about it, like, oh, they played so bad against Bethune. Now they're playing Merrimack. Merrimack did these numbers at home. Now they're on the road at Auburn. Give me Auburn by 24.5. I'm going to take that. We're going to move on. That gives me 4 plays. I feel good so far. I have 4 plays. So from there, we're going to South Alabama versus Alcorn State. Yeah, like the nuts. No, that's Acorn. Whatever. Same thing. No one cares. 50% from 3 versus that defense. You would think Alcorn State might be a play. I ain't taking no road teams right now. Nah, not a chance. I will look though. What's the line? I actually haven't looked. I haven't gotten this far. Plus 18.5. Yeah, y'all have that one. Have fun. We got North Texas versus North. Yeah, I kind of lead North Texas, but then I saw it's 12.5, and it's like, why? You lost by 30. You won by 30. Who did you two play is another question. I need to see North Texas versus Northwestern State. Who did you two play? North Texas played New Mexico Highlands. They played a D2 school. That doesn't help me out. You only won by 30. That's it. They might be good. I don't know. I'm not going that far into it. But and then Northwestern State. Oh, they played Texas A&M. Yeah, no wonder it looks that way. Not a chance. North Dakota. Oh, actually, speaking of A&M, they're next, right there. Ooh, Texas Southern. Who did you play? Ooh, that is disgusting. You played Gonzaga. Yeah, that'll happen when you play Gonzaga. So, yeah, I don't know. You lost by 50, 55 to be exact, and you won by 30. What's the spread? What's this Texas A&M spread supposed to be? It's gonna be like 40 points. It's gotta be something crazy. It's 30.5. Yeah, I don't. Do we dare take Texas A&M? I'm leaning Texas A&M all of a sudden. Who did you play? You won by 30 against Northwestern. Yes, Northwestern State. Now, Northwestern State, Texas, they feel comparable. And you won by 30 against them, but I feel Texas Southern might be worse because look at the numbers. I'll take Texas A&M by 30. I'll do it. TAMU, 30 point. Remember, we are going very small on the plays. We're being smart. Don't be crazy. Just don't do it. You're going to regret it if you do. So I'm going to take TAMU. We're going to move on. See what else we got. North Dakota versus Riverside. I mean, again, who did you play? That's the biggest questions. UC Riverside is right there, and North Dakota's there. North Dakota played Bama. I know that game. I know that. So they lost 91-62. They actually look kind of good. I watched some of that game. UC Riverside. I watched a bunch of games the other night, just kind of flipping between all the games. So Riverside played La Sierra and won by 41. Riverside might be good, but North Dakota played Bama, so I'm not gonna. No. No. Abilene Christian versus Omaha. It looks like Abilene Christian. I don't want nothing. No, I don't even care about the spread. No, no. SMU, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. This is going to be a 40-point spread, isn't it? It's going to be SMU by 50. SMU. Do we have a line for it? SMU is 23.5. That already feels low. Why does it feel so low is a good question. Let's go find out. SMU and Corpus Christi. Who'd you play? SMU played Tarleton and won by 20. Corpus Christi played Trinity, Texas, and won by 30. You played a D2 school and you only won by 30? Give me SMU 24. Absolutely. Give me SMU. SMU minus 24.5. Now remember, we straight bet every single one of these plays. We rarely do parlays. If I do a parlay, I post it later in the day for the members. Other than that, it's just straight bets, 1% of the bankroll. That's it. So SMU will be a play here. Let's move on from there. Northern Iowa hasn't played a game. Can't use them. St. Louis has played Chicago. Chicago State was one of the worst teams last year. If I do remember correctly, I think I am correct that they were very, very bad last year. So, Chicago State, St. Louis. St. Louis is a good team usually. Chicago State lost to DePaul by 30, and St. Louis beat Southeast Missouri State by 30, basically. So 30-point swing either way. What's the line? I'll take St. Louis if it's a decent line. St. Louis is 29.5. That's pushing it. But I'm down. Sign me up. I'm going for it. So, St. Louis minus 29.5. We're going heavy. We're going for it. Why not? Let's see what else we got. TCU lost a game they shouldn't have lost. TCU and Boise had some really sketchy losses. Very weird. I don't want who did TCU play to lose so weird? Like it was pointed out, like you lost to who? TCU lost to New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans had like 4 wins last year. Yeah, not good. Terrible. Not as bad as that Boise loss. You lost to a D2 school, guys. What are you doing? Loyola Chicago. I mean, they might. They might. I don't know. I got to see some more before I do anything with them. Washington versus Denver. Yeah, not the Nuggets, just Denver. So, was Washington favored by? Washington's favored by 30 as well. Do we dare? Do we dare? Let's find out. We might dare if it makes sense. Denver numbers will look good. Washington played Arkansas Pine Bluff, won by 44. Denver played Seattle, so they stayed in the area. They're already at Seattle, and they lost by 9 or 10. They lost by 10. No, they didn't travel for this, so they've been there. I don't like that. Stay there. They might have flew back, but they might have been just, we're gonna take a few days in the area. Enjoy Seattle. So Cal versus Bright State. I mean, that's interesting. That's kind of something we can look at. Wright State's not a bad team. We know that. Cal, well, last year they weren't a bad team. College hoops, everything could change in one season. Wright State played somebody called Franklin, and they won by 50. That the hell tells us nothing. And Cal played Bakersfield, Cal State Bakersfield, and won by 27. That tells us nothing. We can't do nothing with that. Lastly, Portland and Arkansas Pine Bluff looks disgusting. Why does it look so bad? Arkansas Pine Bluff was one of the worst teams last year. Portland was decent, I believe. Arkansas Pine Bluff lost to Washington by 44, and Portland played Willamette. Who the hell is Willamette? 120 to 83. I'm done with this. I'm absolutely, I'm looking them up. I am done. Dunzo. Let's go up here. What's tomorrow's schedule looking like? You guys, yeah. Let's see. We got all, look at all the games. Look at all the games. That's Friday. Wait, actually Saturday. Look at Saturday. Watch. Just watch all the games. This is why I can't cover every single game. I did today because I was kind of showing off. This is the first video. I want to show the cheats and how we do it, but not every day. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to start doing college hoops every day. Be a lot faster though, because I'll be flying through them. So gave me what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 plays, very small plays, nothing crazy. We're gonna have a little fun. I'm taking all 7, and that's it. So I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. If you want the spreadsheets, you gotta go check out the HQ. You want to go join the chat, live bets, occasional parlay, other people stuff. Go check out the HQ. I appreciate being here, and I'll see you tomorrow on Friday for some more college hoops. We're back, baby. Peace.